Well, hello there. Yes, it is that time again. It is time for our weekly tarot and astrology blog here on this beautiful, hot, steamy Sunday, June the 23rd of 2019. And as usual, I am going to go over some Tarot de Marseille trumps for our upcoming week. And there's very little astrology, but we'll take a peek at it. And as usual, though, it's interesting, so please do stay tuned. Okay, in a moment, 3 Tarot de Marseille trumps are going to come onto the screen and more or less cover my face. The cards that I drew for this week are the Fool, Temperance, and Justice. So here we have the Fool wandering along. This is us. Kind of being free and kind of being aimless. Okay, the Fool tends to be eccentric, and the Fool tends to have kind of an aimless, wandering quality to him. He encounters Temperance, the angel mixing in 2 chalices, the waters of life, so to speak. She is looking at the Fool, her gaze fixed upon about the middle of his back from what I could trace. She is blending. He is wandering. She is blending. And as a result, we wind up with balance, justice. The 2 chalices become the 2 cups of the scales. So, the message for this week is that we may find balance in compromising a bit on our wandering. Okay? In other words, it's good to be free, but we also have to be focused and we have to be balanced. And I think that's going to be an important part of what we're going to be facing this week from what I can see in these cards. Okay, let's look at the astrology. It's not an awful lot. It really honestly isn't, because we are in very much a waning phase of the moon. We're in the last quarter. We're going to have a new moon next week. It doesn't fit in the scale of this reading, so I'll talk about that next week. This is still a good time for banishing, time to get rid of things that we don't need to have in our lives. Now, I wouldn't do any magic probably past Saturday, because of the fact that we go into what's called a dark phase of the moon, and it's a time in which I don't feel we have a lot of angelic support for our workings, from what I've been taught, so I would not be bothered with that. But in the meantime, a good chance to get rid of stuff that we don't need, conditions, people, situations, whatever it may be. There's no specific aspects I'm going to recommend. Nothing fell on the right days, and again with this waning energy, you kind of work with it differently. Okay, it's not the law of attraction, it's the law of repulsion. If we bear that in mind, though, we can have a fruitful week as far as any workings goes. Okay, well, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your support for this short blog. I do enjoy doing it, and I'm sure you're enjoying it or you wouldn't be watching it. Thanks again. Until I see you next week, many, many blessings.